Welcome back to the Money List. In this video, we're going to look at a put that I just placed today because I sold out of all my other puts as the market was declining this week. So I had no puts up until today. And all the puts I had, I cashed out in with an average of 50% profit. And all those puts are in my last recent 5 videos. And I like to have 10 to 20% of my money in hedges. So the one I placed today is the start of a new hedging cycle. So in this video, we're gonna look at that put. We're gonna look at the crazy open interest for that put. Why did I place the put? And what are the macroeconomics involved with that put? And as always, nothing on this video is financial advice. And if I reply to one of your comments, that is not financial advice either. I'm just showing you what I'm trading and how I'm trying to make money and what's on my money list. So be careful trading. Okay, so before we look at the put that I placed today, first let's look at the Nasdaq chart so I can give you my opinion as to where we're going over the next couple weeks. And if you saw my last video, you know that I was right when I said we would have a relief rally on Friday to end the week. So with that said, let me explain where we go from here. Okay, so first of all, the Dow Jones hit 50K today, February 6th. So what does this tell me? It tells me that the Nasdaq could melt up and hit an all-time high as well. And so today at the close on Friday, February 6th, the Nasdaq closed at around 23,000, representing a 3.5% dip from its all-time high. And during the sell-off for the past few days, I mentioned that the bottom could be at around 8%, but that didn't happen. It bounced back up here, it bounced back up here, and it bounced back up on Friday. So in my opinion, we can hit an all-time high until February 20th, which I will explain in a minute. And then once we hit that high, we need to consider Tom Lee's statement that he keeps making about a 20% dip regarding a policy change or policy shift. He keeps saying this over and over again. And of course, this 30% low is this red line that is the Liberation Day sell-off. I don't think we get a 37% dip until the midterms, if that happens. But I think it's going to be more like a 20% dip. And I think the midterms will cause this. So I'm not doing any call buying until we reach this zone here, unless it's a golden opportunity for a call. Anything above 23,000 is my put zone. So I am hunting for puts now. And surely if we break the high, there will be some golden opportunities for puts, and I will keep you updated. The next thing to consider, and one of the reasons why I placed a put today, is because of something most YouTubers are not going to talk about, because most YouTubers don't trade options, especially not puts. So what I'm about to tell you is advanced experience and knowledge. This is why I think you should hit the notification button and look for my videos every day. So what is this important information? It's the next big expiration date for options, which is February 20th. It's a major expiration date because there's tons of open interest on that date to expire. So in my opinion, stocks will run up until the week of February 20th. And during that week, stocks will start to sell off. And by Friday, February 20th, they will have fully been sold off. So as stocks keep running up, and if the Nasdaq breaks its high, I will be placing puts in mass volume. That's why I started with this put today. So in the coming 2 weeks, I am hunting for puts, and many of the stocks that I place puts on will be a rinse and repeat. With all that said, let's now look at the put that I placed today. So the put is on XLP, which is the Consumer Staples Spider ETF. So why would I do such a thing? First, let's look at the option alert, and then we're gonna look at a few headlines. Okay, so this is the bearish put spread order that the person placed on February 5th for the XLP ETF. And we see that it's a spread. Both of the expiration dates are March 20th. One is for the 83 put, one is for the 80 put. This one has 60,000 contracts, this one has 40,000. This is a big number of contracts. And the ETF was trading at 86.73 when he placed that order. Okay, so this is the 3-month chart of XLP, which is the Consumer Staples Spider ETF. And the guy placed the order at 86.73. So we see that it only went up from here, and now it's at its all-time high of 87.94. I think it's due for a pullback, number one. Number two, I will show you in the next clip. And the pullback that I expect to happen by March 20th, which is the expiration date for my put, which is the same expiration date as this guy, I think it will pull back 10% to about $81. And this is not greedy. Greedy would be if I wait for it to pull back to 76, which is about its 3-month low. But I don't need that to happen. I just need it to move 10% lower to about 81, and I make about 20 to 30% on my put. And I think the guy that placed 60,000 contracts knows something that we don't know. Now let's go to the next slide. So this is my second reason why I think it will go lower. We have several key dates in February coming up related to consumer index prices. February 11th, we have the Consumer Price Index, the CPI. February 20th, we have the PCE. February 27th, the personal income data. February 9th, survey of consumer expectations. So I don't think there's going to be some good news in one of these reports. It's probably going to be the PCE, which is February 20th, which is also that expiration date for options. So I think the ball drops on February 20th and perhaps starts to drop on February 11th. But somewhere in this news, I think the ball drops. And I'm not the only one that thinks the ball is going to drop, because when we go to the March 20th expiration date, we see a ton of open interest. We see 120,000 open interest for the 75 strike, 197,000 for the 77 strike, and for my strike and that guy's strike, we see 149,000. We saw 8,000 today on top of the guy's 60,000. Not to mention 60,000 here, 24,000, 18,000. So you cannot tell me that something is not cooking here. And when we look at the calls, they're nowhere near the volume for the puts. So that tells me there isn't a strangle order for all of these puts. So I think this open interest is a no-brainer green light. What do you think? So with that said, this put represents about 3% of my portfolio, and I will not add more because I don't think it's a golden opportunity. I think it's a good opportunity, but it's not like AST Space Mobile golden opportunity, which was in my prior video. So I'm fully loaded on this trade, and I think it's gonna make 20 to 40%, and I will quickly cash out as soon as I see the profit, because I didn't cash out on the Boston Scientific call and I was up 40% in 3 days, and all of a sudden the money is gone. So that's the danger with calls and puts. When you see a profit, you have to cash out, and I think there will be a 20 to 40% profit in this one. And in the coming weeks, when I see a golden opportunity for a put, you know I'm gonna let you know. So stay tuned. See you in tomorrow night's video after the Super Bowl, where I'm gonna give you 3 stocks that I loaded up on Friday because they got oversold and they were down on Friday again. So watch that video tomorrow night after the Super Bowl. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow night.